Kidcreate Studios is a kids art studio that will come out to my program and that will do an on-site class with my kids. So I will pick an age group, I will pick a project, guided by the folks that are at Kidcreate Studio that would be best for that age range or for that particular project that we're working on. Then we work out a schedule. They bring out their staff to our site to come out and do that art project, whether it be a painting project or a clay project or a drawing project. They come out, they teach it, and let the kids experience something at their home base versus trying to bring them to a studio. By doing this, it allows you to do larger groups, which is where I come into play, because I don't have 15 kids that fit in an art studio. I have 50 kids that we're going to do 5 classes of 15 or 5 classes of 10, so that you can get more kids to experience art at its best.
So you call the studio up and you say, hey, I've got a day that I want to book some stuff, some classes,
Yep.
and this is our theme.
Yep.
And you select the project with them.
Yep.
Then they send the teacher out on that day. The teacher brings the curriculum. They supply the lesson plans,
All
the supplies,
everything
right down to the aprons the kids wear during the projects.
Correct.
Awesome.
And our staff is there to
Sounds so
support
fun.
the class, but they are not there to teach the class. And so
Right.
really Kidcreate Studio is in charge of the group of kids that are there to make sure that they're experiencing.
Your staff is just an extra set of hands when they need it.
Yep.
So you like that you can call the studio and say, hey, this is what I'm working on.
Correct.
What projects do you recommend?
Absolutely, yes.
And do you find that the curriculum is broad enough and that they usually have
Everything
plenty of
that I can
opportunities?
imagine, yes. They came in one time and did an Olaf with our preschoolers, which they're preschoolers. Nothing looks like what it's supposed to look like. And these all look like Olafs, not to mention it was in the middle of the Frozen craze.
Right.
So every parent, every child, everything was grinning ear to ear to make their very own clay Olaf.
So it was like the coolest thing.
It was the coolest thing
They
ever.
just loved it.
Yes,
Yeah. And
absolutely.
the parents came in and probably were pretty
Shocked and baffled that their
Yes.
3 or 4-year-old could do this.
And
And that goes all the way through with all the projects.
That's great. And what do you find appealing about the teachers that come out?
The teachers that come out know how to deal with kids. When you put a group of kids together, and they're usually not more than 15 in a group, but our most common group is our littlest ones. And so when you put a group of 15 4-year-olds together, I'm sorry, that's not calm, that's chaos.
Yes.
And so one of the most important things of any teacher is to be able to maintain composure, maintain the group while still allowing them to use their creative side.
Yeah, I call that organized chaos.
Organized chaos,
Is what we're
absolutely.
You don't want it to be too controlled because you want the kids to be creative and have fun and enjoy the experience.
But you need
yet-
control enough that they actually
Yes.
get the project done and
Yeah.
get out of it what you're trying
Yeah,
to teach.
exactly.
When it comes to Kidcreate Studios, there are other places in Minneapolis that will do painting or do art projects with kids. And for us, Kidcreate is always available and is always been able to commit to our program to have a fair price point when we're all working with our own budgets. So I have used other places in the cities, but I will always go back to Kidcreate, and they are actually the one that I use most.